Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a community is coming together to show support for 3 students injured in a car wreck. And a cross-country relay made its way through the bluegrass to support those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 6:30 on Monday, May 13th. Now let's go ahead and send it over to meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Just scattered high clouds over the area this morning. We are dry, maybe a little cooler than we've been over the last week or so for the majority of the mornings. We've been on the warmer side and the wet side. This morning, we're generally dry with sunshine and thin, wispy high clouds. Buffalo Mountain showing you that sunrise right now here over Hazard. Scattered high clouds. London and Corbin, Moorhead, same thing. Nice to see all of that sun. Here in Hazard, close-up view, there's the wispy thin clouds in the background. Temperatures in the mid-40s. As you look to our east, there are a few cooler low 40s. Jonesville, Grundy, low 40s at this hour. But most of the area is in the low and mid-40s, if not in the 50s, especially as you look towards London, Williamsburg, and Monticello. It's mostly sunny, although clouds start to become a little thicker back to our west. Satellite shows all these bright white clouds. That continues down into middle and western Tennessee and several showers into Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama, and there's rain back into the Central Plains as well. So our dry weather won't last long. We'll be back into rain for later on tonight, maybe late afternoon, but the best chance is this evening, and again for later on into the upcoming week. I'll detail that, of course, coming up. Highs today, Olivia, in the upper 70s.
Mace, thank you. A man accused of a murder in 2023 is set to appear in court today. Harvey Hood is scheduled for a pre-trial conference today in Knox County. Hood is charged with the murder of 64-year-old Ricky Campbell in February of last year. Hood was found a half-mile from the scene with severe burn injuries after shooting and killing Campbell, then setting a home on fire. Hood is also facing charges of arson, auto theft, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. An employee with the Powell County Detention Center was arrested after an initial investigation. Christine Spencer, a PCDC corrections officer, is charged by Stanton Police with second-degree sexual abuse. As police investigate an alleged relationship between her and an inmate, she was taken to the Clark County Detention Center. That investigation is still ongoing. In a statement from the Powell County Detention Center's Facebook page, Jailer Teddy Lacey says, "Our facility takes our responsibility to the law, the state of Kentucky, and the citizens of Powell County very seriously, both inside and outside of our walls. If one of my deputies does something like this, I will put the cuffs on them personally and transport them to another facility." Officials with the City of Prestonsburg Police Department are warning people to be aware of credit card fraud. An employee from the King's Daughters Clinic in Prestonsburg has been reportedly stealing people's credit card information. Katie Pickelsheimer collected copays and fees from a number of patients. The City of Prestonsburg Police Department reports Pickelsheimer had been using that credit card information to purchase items off of the TikTok shop. Pickelsheimer is set to have been on the run after finding out the police department was after her. If you have been to the King's Daughters Clinic and have suspicious charges on your credit or debit card, officials with the Prestonsburg Police Department says to reach out to them. Over the weekend, multiple agencies in Laurel County responded to a crash after a car went into a building. The crash happened in Corbin after 8 p.m. Saturday night at the Kentucky Outdoorsman Supply Store. No one was hurt, but the building had to be braced to support the weakened structure. After a car crash left 3 of their own in the hospital, the Breathitt County football team is continuing to support the 3 during their recovery. The team hosted a dinner raising more than $3,000 for the family of Corey and Kylan Combs and Ethan Bowling. Coach Casey Allen says they all got together as a community to help their families.
You know, in a time of need, you can lean on your brothers and your sisters here in this county, and you know, we've all been there. We've all needed help, and everybody knows each other here. And when one hurts, we all hurt. And when one needs help, we're all chomping at the bit to make it happen.
Allen says as the boys continue to recover, they will continue to stand by and support their families. The group also helped to raise money through a football game. Saturday, they teamed up with Wolf County for the event. Teammate Sawyer Hall says instead of their baseball game that was scheduled, they hosted a football game with all of the money going to help pay medical bills.
At the mission gate, we didn't charge to get into the game, but we were just accepting donations. And we was there for about an hour and a half, and we got $2,601. So it was amazing. Wolf County teamed up with us, helped us a lot with that, and we got a lot from it.
Hall says it feels nice to know their neighboring county is also rallying with the team during this time. He says they are planning other events in the near future to continue raising money for the families. A national relay walk came through the Commonwealth Sunday to honor the nation's heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice. The program is called Carry the Load, where hundreds of veterans, public servants, and families join together to walk across the country in a month-long relay. The walks are a way to raise funds for other nonprofits that serve current veterans and first responders. Team member Christian Williams says they also write the names down of folks who have fallen.
We are told when we begin this that we have two deaths. The first time is when we physically leave this earth, and the second is when people stop saying our name. And what we strive to do is make sure that no hero dies that second death.
Carry the Load honors fallen veterans and military, but also police officers. The relay walk will continue until Memorial Day, where the walk will end in Dallas. Drivers heading through Jackson County on Kentucky 89 should be aware of delays starting this morning. A section between the Rockcastle and Jackson County line and intersection with Gates Hollow Road will be closed starting today for cross drain replacement. The road closure will begin at 8 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. every day starting today through Thursday. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet asked drivers to be aware of the work zone, expect significant delays, and utilize safe driving habits while traveling through the area. The London Police Department was announced as the best dressed police department in the country. Last week at the Network Association of Uniform and Distribution Conference in Florida, officials talked about what it means to represent the community through their look.
It just brings it home of how we try to bring home the professionalism to our community, and that just goes along with our uniform. You know, it starts with there and goes with the officer, and that's our whole mindset with how we police in our community. We're very community police oriented, and so for people to be able to see us and recognize us is a big thing for our department.
London Police transitioned to a more traditional style that reflects what their station used to wear decades ago. Earlier this year. The PGA Championship this week right here in the Commonwealth, and the sports organization is using it to introduce people to a career in golf. Friday, they invited high schoolers, college students, and other professionals to get behind the scenes look as Valhalla Golf Club gets ready. They had experts talking about all the different jobs you can get in the industry, from club design to tournament running, volunteer operations, and much more.
Wherever we can get the word out on working in golf, really giving back to this wonderful game that we all love, that's the main goal, is just providing those opportunities and pathways for those to learn more and hopefully plant a seed that will ultimately grow later down the line.
The championship will be next Thursday through Sunday.
Nice view of the sunrise this morning over Buffalo Mountain. Wispy high clouds off in the distance. We really won't see the cloud cover thicken, at least becoming more towards the mostly cloudy or overcast side until later this afternoon. We should also stay dry through the majority of the day. It's cooler here, though. Buffalo Mountain, no surprise, at 45. Hazard also in the mid-40s, although we do have some 50s this morning. I'll show you those here coming up on the temp map next. Notice there over the horizon, just a scattering of high clouds as well. Lots of 40s, as I mentioned, but we do have the 50s. Harlan at 50 at this hour. Williamsburg, low 50s. Monticello, even as warm as the mid-50s. Cloud cover, though, it's back there. It's lurking. Sun for us now, but that cloud cover will thicken throughout the day. Will become more towards the overcast side as this moisture moves in from the south and also to the west. Our rain chances, though, don't increase until late afternoon and into the evening. So it's a dry morning drive, but the afternoon and evening could have some raindrops around, especially later on tonight. But as we get you out the door this morning, you are good with temperatures on in the 50s and 40s, and we warm up into the upper 70s for later on. I'll time out when the rain arrives. Coming up, Olivia.
Thanks, Mason. Thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:40. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. The U.S. sends sharp warnings to Israel ahead of a likely military expansion into southern Gaza.